Welcome to day 9 of our Mindful Mums Make Christmas Magic Christmas series. Today we're going to be talking about not putting pressure on yourself and about getting rid of perfectionism. But first, we'd like to share with you some very something very exciting. Anne and I are going to be hosting a Christmas celebration on the 22nd of December. And during this, we will be announcing our winners for our coaching sessions. There's an opportunity to win a coaching session from each of us. So I'll tell you about mine, and then Anne can share hers. So I'm a holistic self-love coach for mums, helping mums to own your worth and live your dreams. No more mum sacrifice. Let's get rid of that mum sacrifice, and appreciate that actually it doesn't serve your children. So with the new year coming up, it's the perfect time to revisit, to assess what's going on for you, who you truly want to be, what your dreams are, how you can find that inner calm to be the better mum, the calmer, more balanced mum more patient mum that you want to be. So I'm offering to the winner a 60-minute one-to-one coaching session, and I really, really look forward to working with you. And over to
Right,
Anne.
and I will be offering my Magic Mom Life Score, which is a combination of a coaching session and a recorded video training, which is my Magic Mom Wheel. And that really helps you in a personalized one-on-one setting to assess your current so your state of motherhood experience, where we kind of take a bird's eye view of what's going on for you in the different areas of your life. And we will then draw out an action plan and at least figure out 1 or 2 action items that you can do straight after that coaching session to start creating some change in those areas that are maybe not in the way or in the level that you would want them to be. So yeah, that's my prize for the prize draw.
That's wonderful. It's going to be some lucky winners. So let's get stuck into today's chat then about pressure. Oh, who has put pressure on yourselves in the past? Oh my goodness me, it's something that us mums do. Why? Why do we do it? Why do we think we have to do everything? So really today's about checking in with yourself. Don't put pressure on yourself. There's still time. There's still plenty of time to get things ready for Christmas. Um, where are you in your Christmas prep? How are you feeling about everything? Have you been keeping tabs on what's really important to you? We've talked about this right at the beginning. What's important to you for Christmas, for your traditions, for your family. Is it the family time? Is it you being happy? Is it keeping below budget? Is it where you are? It could be a million things. It's going to be very personal to each and every one of us. So what we'd really love to know is, if you're in the Facebook group now, then and you can, then just comment and remind us what's important to you. Let us know. So wherever you are in your Christmas preparation, you're doing amazingly. You're doing really well. And as a mum, all you can do is your best in any given moment. We've talked a bit about expectations, we've talked about expecting the unexpected, things that are constantly flying at us all the time, things from school admin, illness, car breaking down, I don't know, anything, could be anything. So wherever you are, we know that you've had so much else to deal with, all the normal day-to-day stuff, and the school runs, the cooking and the washing and the cleaning and everything, plus the busier than usual social calendar. So yeah, so just celebrate what you've achieved so far, and not thinking about what haven't I done yet, what haven't I done yet? You know, you celebrate what you have done and what's gone right, and the things that haven't gone right, how you've got through them, and the fact that you have got through them and you've navigated these challenges. Um, and yeah, and don't forget that it's okay to ask for help as well along the way. And
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, just be gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Anne's got some extra things to add as well.
I love celebrations. You know me. I
Yeah,
love celebrating every little thing, and I mean celebrating in a tiniest way. I feel, it doesn't have to be a big celebration unless that's what you want to do. Go for it.
yeah,
But it's just really appreciating all the things that you do, especially Christmas when things are busy, when you've got so many things to do. Pause a moment and reflect back on, and give yourself a pat on the back. Self-massage. This is something you can teach as well, Michelle. Self-massage. So
there will
you
be some
just
of that.
like, appreciate yourself. Exactly. And compassion, being compassionate with yourself when things don't quite work out the way. I mean, like you said, last week you were down with COVID and you maybe were a bit more grumpy and snappy with the boys, but be compassionate about that. I mean, this might happen for Christmas because your family is coming over and there is always some weird things going on, maybe with those conversations with the great great uncle and that kind of thing. So that can be stressful and that can put a lot of pressure, but just have the compassion with yourself that this is a special time of the year where moms have a lot of pressure, I think, especially because of the perfectionism as well. And we touched on it, I think, in day one, that perfectionism is a myth. And there's actually something that's called the perfect mother myth. And that's something I've learned in the motherhood studies certificate that I'm doing. And it's something that society created for us, that we really believe we have to be perfect in order to be a good mom. And it's not possible. It's impossible to achieve this state of perfect there, but we have internalized it so much. So it's really, yeah, you and I, we share this message a lot, that we don't have to be perfect, and that we are allowed to be imperfect, and like you said, to ask for help. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's just letting go of that in whatever way. And if there are emotions like guilt or emotions like maybe disappointment with yourself, I believe that all these emotions are okay to have. Like we can allow them in, but what I always teach the moms I work with is not to linger there, to not to linger in the guilt state, just to be okay, guilt, there you are. I know, I hear you, but now please leave and make room for the positive emotions, because that's what we want.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very much mindfulness piece coming in. It's about observing your emotions. So one exercise I love to do is to like pretend, if I've got emotions coming in, like pretend I'm sat on the pavement or the sidewalk, and like you've got cars going past. So you've got your guilt going past, you've got your happiness going past. Oh, I want to keep that one. I
Yeah.
want to we've got the sadness about, I don't know, something that's happened or some reason that you may be sad. So we're just going to let it pass. We're going to sit with it, observe it, acknowledge it, even
Yeah.
thank it, because it's something, it's part of us. It's, there's been an experience in our lives that has made us sad or made us, feel guilty or whatever. Um, but you're just sitting with the feelings, and that way you can process them. And realize that actually they're going to pass. This is going to pass you by, and it's quite powerful to. It's simple but quite powerful. I mean, obviously, like emotions can be very loaded. But just remember, just see yourself as the observer rather than taking them on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I could probably
Exactly.
say.
But also not fighting them. I think this is something, I mean, I used to do that a lot. I used to fight those negative emotions because I didn't want them in my life. But what happens then, obviously, they are still there somewhere in the back of our mind, and they build up. And then we get to this overwhelmed stage, and then we burst out with all these emotions because they have bottled up. And at some point, they need to come out. And that's definitely worst, to come to that moment of exploding and feeling overwhelmed and, I don't know, anxious and that kind of thing, compared to, okay, allowing them to come in, say, okay, I'm not perfect. No
Mm,
one is perfect.
yeah,
Please pass through. Exactly. I think this is yeah, we get taught, I feel, a lot that we shouldn't be sad. We shouldn't feel overwhelmed. I don't know. Christmas should be a happy
Yeah.
season of our life. And if it's not, then something is wrong with you. But it's also just okay to have these emotions and to,
And
yeah,
we're human at the end of the day. Humans
yeah,
humans have emotions, and it's not realistic that we are positive all the time, because
yeah,
there are so much stuff that other emotions that come in. It reminds me of an exercise that we did recently with my son's in my son's scouting group, and we were we were talking about mental health, and we had a Coke bottle that we were shaking with the lid screwed on
yeah,
tight, and got it really, really fizzy. And then obviously it could explode
yeah,
because we've got
exactly.
so much pressure on us of all these like thoughts of the pressure of having to be happy and smiling but not feeling happy because we've got so much going on, and what's wrong with me because I'm not happy all the time, and then and all the other stuff that you're trying to juggle. And if you were to actually just unscrew that cap of the Coke
Yeah,
bottle, it would just literally explode. But if you can take that time just to celebrate along the way. So for example, celebrate that you've managed to sit down and have a cup of tea. Celebrate that you've just hung up another load of washing. Celebrate because you've wrapped another present or you've bought another present.
yeah,
Celebrate because you've dropped your kids off at school. Celebrate because you've cooked a meal.
yes,
It's these are all really potentially quite what seem boring, mundane things, but they are worth a celebration because you've done it and you've achieved it. So once we when we celebrate, and when we keep our it helps keep our nervous systems calm, that cap of the bottle will actually just it won't it will just gently
exactly.
fizz
We open
away.
it
It will
slowly,
fizz away,
slowly, let a bit
simmer.
of air out, let the emotions out,
Yeah,
and we won't
bit
have
by
the
bit.
explosion. I love
Like
that. Yeah,
watching
it's
them
a great
pass
yeah,
in like cars. So
exactly.
yeah, so every day during this series, we are putting a self-love ritual in the group, which hopefully you've seen by now. So going back to our prize draw, so I forgot to say this at the beginning, going back to our prize draw, every time you interact, you give evidence in the group that you are actually loving yourself and that you're giving yourself some time. Again, we're not talking of extra things for you to do during the day. Lots of them are just quick, simple things that you can do on the go. There might be things like reflective things that you can do. Some of them are more, that you can actually sit down and have some relaxation or whatever, but they're definitely not designed to give you an extra thing to do on your list. So if you, in order to get an entry to our prize draw, just keep chatting in the group, giving us posting photos, comments, evidence of you actually loving yourself and doing these rituals. Um, so yeah, and let us know what you think of the rituals.
Yeah,
So
we want to
yeah,
see lots of love, 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 love everywhere.
yeah, definitely. Let's lift each other. Let's celebrate each other, because
Yes,
that's something that we need more of in the world. It's very, very easy to to put people down, or it feels like the world has got to a point where it's very easy to put people down. It's easier to put people down than lift them. Well, I'm very much of the mindset, and I know Anne is as well. We celebrate each other for everything. We're all witnessing each other's journeys, like each other's growth
yeah,
in life, growth as mothers, as people. Life is supposed to be a constant evolution, and we were put on this planet to succeed and to be happy, not to wallow and not to feel negative all the time. Obviously you're going to be negative sometimes, and that's okay, but we're here to succeed. We're here to enjoy ourselves.
exactly.
And so yeah,
I
that
love how this little topic fires you up. I can see how you get very passionate about this. So yes, exactly. Listen all to Michelle. She is telling you the truth, the right thing. We need to, yeah, lift each other up and celebrate.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So No pressure. Make a pact with yourself today. Ditch the pressure. Everything is going to be perfect exactly as it is. Even if it's not necessarily what you originally had in your mind, it's going to be perfect. So have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you again in our next video
Thank
and in
you.
the Facebook group. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.